Welcome to today's Clutter Corner. I'm super excited to have you guys join me today. I'm Angela Brown from the Clutter Corner, and today I have a special guest with me, Kathy McEwen. And she is a certified professional organizer, and she's the previous owner of a multi six-figure home organizing company. She's a mom of 5 kids, and she has a podcast called Organize for Success. So I'm really excited that you guys are joining me here today. Please help me welcome Kathy McEwen. So, Kathy, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on.
You mentioned the 50s. Can you tell me more about that? Why would somebody want to declutter in the 50s?
Usually, when you're in your 50s, often your kids have moved out. So you're often an empty nester. So you may think about downsizing in the future. So I would highly recommend that you start then when as soon as you know you're going to downsize in the future, then start right away. Don't wait. Like I've had clients that have started like a week before they're moving. And I'm like, what? A week? You've only got a week to clear out your house? No, that is so stressful. So just do a bit at a time. And definitely you can go through things that you just don't use anymore. You might have been doing a lot more entertaining, or you might still have children's stuff. Like sometimes they still have some of their kids' belongings when they were little. Things like that can probably be gone through. And so you don't have to worry about that later on.
I love the fact that you said the 50s because I agree with 50s. I don't know about anybody else, but when I got to the 50s, all of a sudden menopause came. And suddenly the things that I always cared about, and I was always really passionate about, I just really didn't give a rat's concern about anymore. It's just like,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I realized, wait a second, I don't get to be in this space. But my hormones changed, and so did my energy levels, and so did everything else in my life. I didn't have the energy and the drive that I had when I was younger.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I'm in a different situation, and I'm looking elder parents in the face, going, wait a second, what happens when you go? What
Mhm.
happens to your house? What happens to your second house? What happens to your storage units? What happens to your sheds and your garages and your attics and your scary rooms? What happens to your greenhouses and all the stuff that you have? Because right now, I don't care. And right now, I don't have the energy for my stuff, let alone all of your stuff. Right.
Exactly.
And I think there's a really specific window where when your kids go and you still have the energy and you still have the drive, you know what? Compartmentalize, compact your stuff. And I see a lot of people falling into a rut where they're like, oh, let me just organize the stuff I have. And they go out and they buy a whole bunch of storage units and bins and boxes and shelves and wardrobes. Don't buy more stuff, just get rid of more
Gets rid of
stuff.
what absolutely. Yeah. You don't need more. You need less. Less is more, right? The old saying, less is more.
Yeah, and it's interesting because, my husband and I have talked about downsizing, and as we have, he's like, "Let's take this, 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 and this as far as the furniture goes." My thought is, why, just because we had a piece of furniture that lasted us for 30 years doesn't mean we need to keep it for another 30. It's okay to pass it on, say, "Hey, we had 30 good years of that furniture. It was awesome for 30 years, and we took really good care of it, and now we can sell it and get something new or not replace it at all. Because if we're
Right.
downsizing, there are 6 or 7 rooms of the house that we're not gonna have in the new place."
That's actually the number one problem when I worked with people who are downsizing. They actually thought they had more room than they did. So they were good at letting some things go because they knew they were moving into a smaller place, but they still ended up bringing more than they should because they thought, "Oh, I'm sure it'll fit in." And then when we got to the new place, it would be like, "Okay, we need to do another purge because you still have too much." So that's actually pretty common when people bring things thinking they're going to have room for it. But they don't always have room.
And not only that, but if they can declutter before they move, they can prevent a lot of the moving charges and expenses and labor costs
Absolutely.
of hiring a company to come in and pack all your stuff up carefully and then move it and then
And then,
unpack it and
and then,
unmove it and then only to say, "Oh, I need to get rid of this."
yeah. Absolutely. You'd save so much time and money and energy if you let it go before you move.
Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you guys go over and visit Kathy at her website. And Kathy, thank you so much for your time and attention today. This was so helpful.
Oh, thank you. It's been fun. I really appreciate it. Thank you.